I'm Aileen Abrams from NYSSBA's Legal Department with today's mailbag question. Must the district clerk be a resident of the district? It depends. The education law imposes no residency requirement for the district clerk. However, New York courts have held that school board policy may impose, as a qualification of employment, a requirement that all school employees reside within the district. Typically, the goal of such policies is to increase employee involvement in and commitment to the district and community where they work. The policy may state that failure to comply could result in termination from employment. School districts interested in creating such a policy should work closely with their school attorney to make sure the language can be clearly enforced. For example, in a recent case, a state Supreme Court invalidated a district's employee residency policy because its language was vague and as a result was not being implemented consistently. The policy in that case defined residency as an individual's actual principal domicile at which he or she maintains usual personal and household effects, which is a phrase usually used in the context of a last will and testament and has no fixed meaning. Although the policy also required the adoption of procedures and guidelines to implement the policy, this was never done. As a result, the policy was implemented inconsistently. For example, some employees were given the opportunity to establish residency with a driver's license and voter registration card. Others were asked to submit lease arrangements or more. In comparison, a school district could use the definition of residency applied in other contexts under the education law, which would require that employees live within the district with intent to remain there permanently. However, in light of the decision we just discussed, it is important that the language of an employee residency policy is not only clear, but also incorporates procedures for implementing it in a consistent and objective way, such as how employees will be notified that their residency within the district is in doubt, how their residency will be checked and verified, what may constitute acceptable proof of in-district residency, and the like. Thanks, and remember, continue submitting your questions to mailbag@nyssba.org. Have a great day.